welcome back to another crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how I made this balaclava. Balaclava. And yeah, the inspiration I took from this picture on Pinterest. I thought, why not change it up a little bit? The sound that you can hear is Santa, my daughter, who is playing at her play mat. So don't worry if you hear something strange. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to make it. It's done. It's pretty easy. It takes some time though, but it's not difficult. So I would say a little bit upper beginner level. It's fine if you know how to chain. Yay! If you know how to chain, how to double crochet, and that's it actually. Single crochet, and yeah, and that's it. So you don't need any more skills for this. I did many different colors. You can make it black and white if you like it as well. You can make many different colors. You can do 2 colors. That's all up to you. This is the thing that I wanted to make, and I like this type of color because I don't have any hat like this. So I thought, why not? And also here in Korea the weather is very cold and very windy, so it's very nice to have it like a scarf and like and hat together. I'm gonna show you later. I added this part where I'm gonna show you how it looks like, because you cannot see that in the intro video. So you can close it better. And so also if it's a very windy day, everything is closed here. So yeah, that is I think that's everything that I said, everything that you will need. I will show you in the coming part. And yeah, I wish you a lot of fun crocheting with me. So first of all, we have to start off by making a couple of granny squares. This square is called a granny square, this type of pattern design. And we exactly for this hat in my size and this size of square, we need 32 granny squares. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to make them. There are a couple of granny square tutorials out there on YouTube, so if you cannot follow my instruction, just feel free to look it up. I think you just need to put inside the search term how to crochet a granny square. And yeah, I am using here for this size, I used a 3mm hook. You can always use a bigger hook. For example, this one that I started here, I used a 3.5mm hook. You can see like this is the granny square that I did with the 3mm hook, which is exactly this that I chose for the hat. You can see here that it's just by using always the same yarn, it's just a little bit bigger, as you can see here. Just keep in mind that these holes will be a little bit bigger. And I also tried to start one with the 4mm hook, but I felt like that it's too big. The holes here are way too big. So always your choice if you want to make it a little bit more loose. And yeah, it's in the end it will look similar, just I wanted to have it a little bit more compact, so it holds more warm, I feel like. I'm gonna show you how to do it in the 3mm hook. So I chose different color of yarns, as you can see. So you need quite a little bit of yarns, but you don't need a lot of it. So you can also try to just use some yarn scratches that you have left over. We're gonna take our first color and start off by making a slip knot. we take our hook and we're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're gonna insert our hook into the first chain here. We're gonna take our yarn, pull through, and then we're gonna make a slip knot. And then we have some type of circle, as you can see here. Then we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to make a double crochet into this circle. And we're gonna repeat the same thing again. 1 more double crochet. Now, because our first 3 chains count as our first double crochet, we have 3 double crochet. Then we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna repeat again by doing 3 double crochet into this hole. Now we're gonna do again 2 chains and repeat again 3 double crochet into the hole. 1, 2, 3. And now for the last time we're gonna repeat again 1, 2 chains, and you might wanna just move a little bit so you have more space, and then again 3 double crochet. Then we're gonna make 2 more last chains, 1, 2, and then we're gonna make a slip knot into the first double crochet here that we made. This, pull through and make a slip knot. As you can see now, we have 4 groups of 3 double crochet, and in between we always have 2 chains. So we're gonna pull through and cut off the yarn. You might have noticed that you can see here, while crocheting around the circle, I always took the yarn with me so that I later don't have to weave in the yarn, so I can already cut it off. If you don't make that part, if you just crochet without taking the yarn with you, you might need to use a darning needle and weave in the part and then cut it off, or you can do everything at the end. So now we're gonna take our second color. I like to start off here, like not this one where I cut off the yarn, but this one before. We're gonna insert our hook in this chain space and make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna make 2 more double crochet into this chain space, 1 and 2, and then same as before, we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and here we're going to repeat to do 3 3 double crochet into this chain space. Always here. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to make 2 chains. 1, 2. You can see also here I took the yarn with me, so I can actually cut it off already. So now we're gonna move over to the next chain space, which is here, and repeat again the same thing. Here we did 3 chains and 2 double crochet. We're going to make 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet again into the same chain space. 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, move everything a little bit, and again 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Also here I'm taking the yarn with me. Here I only took the yarn with me for the first one because it's green color, so if I would continue taking it here, you will see the green color here. But this one, it's the purple color, or yeah, purple purple color, and I can still keep going with this yarn together. So I'm gonna repeat again the same thing that we did from here. Chain 2, 3 chains into the same chain space, chain 2, and again 3 chains into the same chain space. So we're gonna chain 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So now we are almost finished with this round. We have to repeat again exactly the same thing. And now we're gonna finish off this row by, first of all, don't forget to make 2 chains, 1, 2. So we have always 2 chains on each side, and then we're gonna make a slip stitch into the first double crochet. And then cut off. Also here we can already cut off the yarn. So we're finished now with the second round. Now we have to change the color again. And also here I like not to start over here where we have the leftover yarn, but a little bit, I usually start at the opposite side. We are basically always making the same thing, like chain 2, sorry. No, first chain 3, then make 2 double crochet, chain 2, triple crochet, 3 double crochet. And so we're gonna start in this chain space again. We're gonna make 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and then, as always, I'm taking the back yarn with me. Double crochet, 1 and 2. Then we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna make 3 double crochet, still into the same chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Now for row 3, we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, and make 3 double crochet in here into this chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Also here, I just crochet while taking the yarn with me, so I can cut it off already. Otherwise, as said, you don't need to worry about that. You can just take a darning needle at the end and yarn weave in everything. I'm just very lazy when it comes to weaving in yarn, leftover yarn, so that's why I like to do it while I can do it. So now we did 3 double crochet here, so we're gonna chain 2 again, 1, 2, and then we're gonna make again here 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet into this chain space. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now we repeat the same thing that we did here. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, wow. 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and move over to this side where we're gonna make again 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. Chain 2, and we're gonna just repeat this pattern until the end of the row. We're gonna chain 2, 3 double crochet, 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 chain 2. We now reach the end of the row. We can cut off the yarn, the backside yarn. And chain 2 more, 1, 2, and make a slip stitch into the first double crochet. and cut off the yarn. So now we are almost done. Now we only have to do one more row. As you might have seen, it looks a little bit different than this one here, because that's a thing that I just realized after doing everything, is that since I didn't chain 2 at these sides here, I only chained 2 at the angles, but didn't chain 2 here at this side. So everything is a little bit more compact, but the problem is that it's not straight, as you can see. Like, it's a little bit rounded. And I think if I would do it one more time, I would like to make it a little bit more flat, because as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but everything is a little bit rounded here, and I think it's nice, but I don't like it so much. So that's why I'm sorry. I need to care, Fanta. That's why if I would do it again, I would choose to do it like this. But for the last row, I think it's better not to chain 2 in between. So we're gonna chain 2 at the corners, but not at the connecting parts, let's say, between the corners. So I'm gonna show you what exactly I mean. So we're gonna start off the same thing as before. Chain 3 and 2 double crochet. Chain 2 here because it's the corner, and 3 double crochet. And now we're not going to do two chains, but we're gonna do only one chain. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet into this chain space. Then we're gonna chain 1 and again 3 double crochet into this chain space. And then again chain 1, and here we reach the corner, so we're gonna do 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Chain 2 and 3 double crochet. This happens sometimes. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna again chain 1 and 3 double crochet into this chain space. So now we're basically going to repeat the same thing that we did from the beginning until the end of the row. Keep in mind, chain only 1 here and chain 2 at the corners. now we reach the end of the row. We're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna make a slip stitch, sorry, in the first double crochet of the row, and cut off. So now we're finished with one granny square. You can see it's a little bit different, but it's flat, so probably it will look a little bit more flat and even than the one that I did. But I mean, if you like this more, then feel free to do it. So you're just not going to do any chains in between these, only at the corners. And we have to do 32 of these. I chose to use different colors. I did it very randomly, but I also tried to make an even number, not an even number, but like a number that it's like that I have, for example, the first row in many different colors first, and then I did the second row in many different colors, so that I'm not repeating the color over and over again. Also the color combination, you might find a way that works best for you and is most easy for you. As soon as you did the 32 granny squares, all you have left is actually to combine them, and this is something that I'm gonna show you in the next step. So now I'm going to show you how to connect the granny squares. I'm gonna use these ones because I made some miscalculations while doing this hat, and I have like 4 leftovers, but it's gonna be exactly the same thing if you make this type. And basically there are different types on how to connect the parts. I'm gonna show you the one that I used, but if you don't like this style, there's a lot of tutorials on how to do it on YouTube. So just feel free to look what else is out there to do. What I'm doing, I'm connecting with the crochet hook. You can also do it with the darning needle if you like that best. It's just the difference is that if you use the needle, you have to cut off the yarn whenever you're connecting, because you need to take the end of the yarn, make a knot, and then start weaving in. With the hook, you don't need to cut off the yarn, so that's why I like using the hook more, and especially in this case. Otherwise, if you want to take the darning needle, it's exactly the same thing, more or less, just that you need to cut off, of course, and I would suggest you to take 3 times of the length. For example, in this case, we're just going to connect this part, so you're gonna take 1, 2, 3 and then cut it off. Then you are sure that you have the length that you need. But we're not doing this, we're doing it with the hook right now. So you're gonna make a knot here. In this case, I'm not going to make the knot because I want to remove it again later. So I'm just gonna pull through and make 1 chain, and then you're going to insert your hook in this one. You're gonna take the front side, both front sides are outside, okay, and you're gonna insert your hook on this square. You're gonna insert it into the double crochet, but at the back loop only, and on this square you're gonna insert the hook on the front loop only. I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna take the first one, the back loop only, and here it's the front loop only. We're gonna take our yarn, pull through, and then make a slip stitch. So just pull through again. Voila. Let me show you one more time. And slip stitch. So we're gonna take the next one, back loop, front loop, take the yarn, pull through, and pull through again. And this you're gonna continue until the end of this row. And here I'm choosing to just go through the chain space for the last one. Pull through, and you could actually cut off here the yarn. So, and this is the way how I connected the parts on this hat. And on the picture that that's gonna pop up in the video, I'm gonna show you how exactly you have to combine them, because I already did it. I'm not gonna do one more hat, and that should be then pretty clear on which parts you need to combine. But already here you can see that first of all you need to do a line, combine a line of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 lines, then one more 8 lines over, and then here it's gonna start getting a little bit complicated, but I'm gonna show you that in a minute. Once you combined all the squares, you combined all the parts, all you have left to do is to make the seam. I think you call it seam. All that I did was simply doing 2 rows of single crochet here and here as well. If you want the seam to be bigger, you can make just more for the part where the face is supposed to be. So for this part, I did 1 row of single crochet as the seam, and then I don't know if you can see it, I did 1 single crochet, skipped 2 chains and 1 more single crochet, so that there are like these holes you can see, and then I did again 2 rows of single crochet. The reason why I did this is because I wanted to have I wanted to make like a band to make it like to tie it off. I'm gonna show you. So basically the front side, so you're going to, when you are starting off at the corner, you're gonna make 1 single crochet into the chain space, and then you're gonna simply do single crochets in each double crochet. Once you reached this part where you joined 2 squares together, you are going to make the single crochet into the chain space. You're gonna make 1 more single crochet into the same chain space, and then head over to the next chain space and make there 2 single crochet. And then you're just gonna continue making 1 single crochet into each chain. Also here I'm taking the yarn with me, so I don't have to weave it in later. So for this part, for the bottom part, you're gonna repeat this row 1 more time. Bless you, Fanta, my daughter. And for this part here, if you also want to do this part here, you're gonna chain 1, turn, make 1 single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and make 1 single crochet. chain 2, skip 2, 1 single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and 1 single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and 1 single crochet. You're gonna continue this until you reached the end, and then you're gonna make 2 more rows of single crochet. So here I reached the end of the row, and then I made 1 chain. I chained 1, turned, made 1 single crochet into the first single crochet, and then you're going to make 2 single crochet into this chain space where you did the 2 chains. And then and then you're gonna make 1 single crochet into the single crochet that you did in the previous row. Wow. And then again 2 single crochet into the chain space. And you're gonna continue this until the end of the row, and then all you have left is to do 1 more row of single crochet, and then you will get this type of design. So now I chained 200, and I'm gonna apply here. This is the middle part, right? I'm gonna start with the darning needle, and oh, it's here. And go through every chain space that we made here. Once you reached the other end, here I have 1 extra, so 1 space extra, but it doesn't matter. And then you're just gonna check that the 2 ends are the same length, and this is the place where you can make it tighter around your face.